Welcome everyone. Welcome to Purplelunarose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight I'm going to be reading for all 12 signs for the week of September 14th through September 20th. Your biggest cosmic influences this week will be on the 18th, Mercury moving into Libra, and on the 19th, we have Venus entering Virgo. This is an energy of making peace in your relationships, and I do feel that it is preparing us for the second Virgo new moon that's coming in on the 21st. I do want to talk a little bit about the energies today. I don't want to get into it too much. I feel like if you're here and you're watching, then we all pretty much have the same type of collective energies, right? So today the energy definitely feels very heavy. I think it has a lot more to do. It is the, of course, 24th anniversary of the September 11th attack that happened on the US. So that alone is a very heavy energy. But I think that everything that's happening currently, just in the last 48 hours, is also weighing heavily on us as well. So what I can say is if you're having spiritual awakening, make sure that you're taking this time to self-care and to keep your energies as balanced and cleansed as possible. All right, so tonight I'm going to start with the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'll work my way to the earth signs, the water signs, wrong, water signs, earth signs, and then the air signs, and we'll close it out. Welcome everyone who's coming in and watching live. Guys, please remember we are multi-streaming, so we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. I see Sherry and Diana over on YouTube. Vanessa helping me on Facebook. Welcome, ladies. So I pulled out a few different cards tonight, and I have a feeling I'm probably going to swap up. So I'm going to start with the Yin Yang Oracle, and I'm going to do the whole spread with that particular oracle. I believe when we get to the water signs, I'm going to use the Inner Eye Oracle, and then we'll see from there. But I'm going to go ahead and jump in with Aries, and let's do 2:33 on the timestamp. So Aries, this is going to be September 14th through the 20th. I feel like this whole week has some pretty heavy transits that are occurring. But the 18th and the 19th are definitely going to be the most impactful, again, for those of us, especially, on this specific type of spiritual awakening journey. These are also hot dates on the 18th and 19th. So if you didn't circle those on your calendars, you can do that now. It's definitely going to be a day of communication. Whatever communication is happening, it's bringing closure, it's bringing ending, and it's bringing peace. All right, Aries. So got energy of the week. We have renewal and spark. Let's look at challenge or obstacle. We have nurture and compassion. It's going to be the compassion. I mean, I guess it could be the nurture as well when it comes to yourself and self-care. Regret and repression is lesson learned. And let's look at the outcome. I'm going to clarify, starting out with the purple tarot. You have facade and beliefs. It is about the mask being removed. It's this energy of seeing something for what it truly is. Deception and temptation is on the bottom. So Aries, I feel like it's possible that you're experiencing some type of renewal or spark. It's almost giving me this energy like a flame has been reignited, so to speak. But with the compassion, regret, and facade coming out, I feel like, again, this could be an opportunity for closure. There's a struggle with compassion. Whoever you're dealing with, Aries, it's on both sides. All right, let's pull some purple tarot. Ladies, how's the sound? Is the sound okay? All right, so King of Wands comes out. So King of Wands could be your energy, Aries. Aries is a very passionate, fiery, feisty energy. King of Wands is very all of those things, plus very confident in their action, very blunt and outspoken. But a lot of times when I get the King of Wands, I get someone who can sometimes be overly confident. You could be overly I'm almost getting this energy like you're getting excited about something, Aries, but someone is not showing their true self, or something like that. The way you're going to be able to tell is by the effort, the nurture and compassion that is being offered. So Five of Swords is here, disagreements, arguments, again, words being spoken, challenging communication. So that's been the challenge or obstacle. I feel like this is the week that's going to help you clear that energy out. We do have regret and the sun, so some spotlight could be put on some type of regret. Again, I'm not really feeling like this is your energy, Aries. I know we want to think so with that King of Wands and the sun, but I just don't feel it. I feel like there was someone around you that maybe could have some regret. It could have something to do with how much compassion they showed you, especially with their words or communication. I think this is the week that some spotlight is being shown of what their regret is. And I think that this person could have been someone who was overly confident, Aries, in a ways where they thought maybe like Aries would never see them for who they are, or they would always be able to fool Aries or hide behind some mask that Aries would not be able to see through. And I feel like that just didn't work that way. The facade is the outcome. It shows the man holding the mask. So it's like you see something for what it is. The star is here. It does give you hope for the future. It's Aquarius energy. I'm not really sure what it's hope for. If it's hope for this renewal or spark, I guess that's very possible, Aries. I really didn't sense that through the reading. I sensed the other person's regret for how they treated you, what they did or didn't do. I sense that there's a spotlight on that situation. Most likely this person comes to you asking for some type of apology, Aries. It is very possible that you give them some type of fresh start, clean slate, in order for you yourself, Aries, to be able to move forward. We do have Six of Pentacles on the bottom. Six of Pentacles says there's help being given at this time. Thank you, Vanessa. Shield Nova, welcome. All right, let's pull some guidance for Aries. We have the guilt card. So we've seen that regret card. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth and indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. Honesty is on the bottom. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So I feel like big confirmation. Someone could definitely be coming and asking for some type of apology. They could have been wearing some type of mask. It's like they didn't want Aries to know who they were. You could have some guilt in this relationship, or like whatever the outcome is. This conversation or challenging communication could require, Aries, that you have a lot of compassion and understanding, but I think it's also going to help you remove some guilt, especially if you're the one that removed yourself. Like, especially if you had to make the tough decisions, Aries. All right, Moonology to close it out. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. I do feel like it is an emotional week for you, Aries. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius, and expect powerful change. New moon eclipse. Remember at the very beginning, I said that, and we do have this new moon eclipse coming on the 21st. I feel like this whole week, 14th to the 20th, is this energy of preparing us for that 21st Virgo new moon, which again, coincidentally is an eclipse. Communication is key, so more confirmation for Aries. This is going to be a challenging conversation for you, Aries, but I feel like you're going to need to have confidence in yourself, but also compassion and empathy for others, whoever you're having this conversation with. All right, Aries, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. See, I felt like I went super fast, and then I go look at the time, and it's like 12 minutes. It was like, man, I don't feel like I was talking for 10 minutes. All right, let's timestamp Leo. Let's do 12:22 because I waited for it. All right, Leo, this is going to be for September 14th through September 20th. Mercury and Venus will be your biggest cosmic influences this week. I do feel that this is going to be a week of reconciliation, conversations that bring closure. If you are having this, very specific type of spiritual awakening that I'm having, I definitely feel that these could be strong, hot dates. We did talk about all of the September transits a couple of weeks ago now. If you missed that live, you can find that information on my YouTube channel under the live tab. All right, Leo, let's start with energy of the week. So we have the Earth card, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you're not dealing with those energies, I would say look at your own birth chart. What's happening in your Earth elements? What transits could be impacting your Earth signs? But I feel you're most likely dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And Leo, something makes me want to say Capricorn. We do have this Virgo new moon coming in on the 21st. Challenge or obstacle for Leo. We have receive, so being open to receive. So this is going to be more about grounding. Again, I would check where is Capricorn for you. You could be having, like for me, example, my Capricorn is 7th house relationships. Grounding is a lot more than just going out and hugging the tree. It's about implementing what we've learned. It's about bringing down to the 3D what we've learned in the 5D, right? So that's like bringing it down to the ground. That's grounding. So there's something for me specifically in relationships that I'm not grounding, I'm not integrating the information into my everyday life, and that could be blocking me from being able to receive something. Does that make sense? So Leo, where is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for you? Where could you be holding on to something with such a grip, trying to control something that you're not allowing energy to flow? And I just want to point out, Leo is my second house. So this is all about my money, right? All right, lesson learned for Leo. We have toxicity, bound in patterns. And look how I felt that fist. I felt like you, the receiving, the open hand in the receiving is in your challenge or obstacle. So I felt like you have this grip of something. And it's like you're trying to control some outcome in some situation. That's why you have this grip. Um, Whatever it is, it's toxic, it's unhealthy, and it's going to be some type of repeated pattern that you need to break free from, right? All right, outcome for Leo, we have Venus offer. So that's pretty interesting because this week on the 19th, that is a cosmic influence. Venus is moving into Virgo. So Mercury in Libra makes our conversations more. Libra is a balanced sign. It's a sign of peace and harmony. So it's going to make our conversations more peaceful, right? We're going to be more, trying to have a conversation instead of trying to scream at each other, right? So that's what Mercury and Libra does. With Venus and Virgo, this is making us very serious. Remember, Virgo is the analytical sign, the sign that really thinks everything through. So with Venus moving into this sign, Leo, it's this energy of dotting your I's and crossing your T's when it comes to whatever this earth sign is for you. Again, for me, this is relationships. And you want to know, honestly, like I can just flat out tell you, for me, it's the idea that I'm supposed to be single or alone at this time. And I'm supposed to be, putting all of my extra time and whatever time and effort I'm not putting into my own journey and educating myself in my own awakening, I'm supposed to be putting into my business and my company, which is Leo, assets, second house for me personally. So where is that Leo? Like, where is it on your chart for you? For me, this reading is telling me that I'm allowing my relationships to become obstacles in this particular situation. And it's because I refuse to release these relationships. I'm holding on to them with such a grip and not allowing the energy to flow. Is it toxic? Am I bound to something? Is it repeated patterns? Well, absolutely, 100%, right? So Venus moving into Virgo is going to help me on two different things. It's going to help me release what's not serving me, what's not helping me move into wherever I'm headed, right? To wherever I'm going. It's not in my alignment. And I think too, it's going to help me when I'm able to release those people or those relationships. It's going to make room for and space for what I am supposed to be in alignment with. I hope that makes sense. On the bottom, we have trust and divine timing. I can even tell you, for example, again, using myself as an example, why that is. The reason that that is because I'm healing. As I'm working on PLR, this is my purpose, this is my craft, this is what Spirit has guided me to do. So the more I do it, the more I surrender, the more I come into alignment, the more I'm going to draw someone that's better than what I've been able to match to up to this point. Does that make sense? Because we draw the people to us that are at our level of healing. So every time you're mad at your ex, just remember that energy. And I do feel that that is why Spirit puts us in these moments of isolation or timeout, I like to call it. All right, Leo, let's look at energy of the week. We have Eight of Wands. So there's going to be some sudden changes. Things happen very quickly. And it's going to be really important that you ground that energy. In other words, whatever you're learning and the spiritual, you need to implement in your physical. All right, with receive and open in your challenges or obstacle, we have Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords could have something to do with your boundaries. Your walls could be up. Maybe you don't have healthy boundaries. Maybe you're not enforcing your boundaries, especially with it being in challenges or obstacle. For toxicity bound in patterns, which is lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle, we have Nine of Wands. So this is not new to you, Leo. This is something you've been doing for a long time. In other words, you probably have had lots of signs, synchronicities, messages, from spirit trying to guide you in the opposite way, but you continue to go down the same path that you've always continued to go down. And then we have Venus offer at the end. The Magician is here. That's that Virgo energy. It's also Mercury energy. It's very possible that something happens with whatever this is that's coming in quickly that's going to give you an opportunity to break free from whatever this toxic old pattern is that you keep repeating, doing over and over. I also want to point out, Leo, that the Nine of Wands is the energy of doing something over and over and expecting a different result. The Magician is where spirit steps in. The Magician is a major arcana. It means that you've tried to do something over and over and you've gotten stuck. So now spirit has had to step in and some type of as above, so below must occur, right? All right, let's pull some guidance for Leo. We have purpose, confirmation, what I was saying earlier in my own personal journey, right? I know what I'm here to do. I do. I do know what I'm here to do. And sadly, it's not what you know, I don't want to say it's not what I want to do because I feel like once I let go of my free will, like let go of what I think I want to do and start doing what I'm supposed to be doing, then I realize like that's what I wanted to do all along. Does that make sense? All right, Leo, Moonology to close it out. It's time to give rather than take. So even more confirmation. And look at that new moon in Virgo. I literally have until the 21st to figure this out. Leo, you do too. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries is on the bottom. I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. Guys, if the readings are pulling at your heartstrings, make sure to tap that like button for me. Let's clean up and we'll move on to Sagittarius. I suddenly remembered last week's delay. So that energy is definitely coming back up, but it doesn't feel, it's almost like whatever was delayed or whatever you was waiting for, like this could be the week that that energy comes to some resolution. All right, let's timestamp. Right after I get a drink. Jenna, welcome. Another delay, right? All right, let's timestamp 2626. That's going to be significant. September 14th through the 20th for Sagittarius. This is for the week of Mercury and Venus, making some pretty big cosmic influences, especially when it comes to communication and relationships. I feel like for the last several weeks, there's been some type of delay. Like I just checked my charger to make sure everything was plugged up. I want to make sure that like I'm not setting myself up here, but there seems to have been some type of delay for Sagittarius for the last couple of weeks. I feel that energy again, but it feels different this time. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure if that means that whatever you've been waiting for comes in this week. And I almost said something. I guess I should just say it. It could also be that like some of you could change your mind about what you were waiting for. Maybe you decide you don't want that thing anymore, or you don't want to wait for that thing anymore. All right, let's pull energy of the week. Let's see what comes out for Sagittarius. Celebration, gifts, abundance. Again, with the open palm, ready to receive. We have higher self in activation. Sagittarius is in your challenge or obstacle. We have stability, harmony, and flow in lesson learned. We have self-worth and expectations as the outcome. Thoughts and isolating on the bottom. The woman on the higher self activation card is drawing my attention. Definitely something about her eyes. The celebration hand seems empty. It also seems battered. That's actually not. So the meaning of the card, celebration, gifts, and abundance, is about the hand is actually a crystal, and it's a the crystal. It almost looks like it's igniting, and the flesh is removing, and the crystal is becoming more clear. But I get this energy of someone whose hands are tired, someone who has put in physical labor. This could have something to do with the amount of time as well, especially with the celebration. Like this is an energy of someone who is almost like thinking back, a culmination is what I just heard. Like thinking back of all the achievements, maybe even rewards. But there's this energy of feeling unstable, of feeling like the hand is empty, like I worked so hard but I don't have the abundance and the gold here. Um, Self-worth and expectations is the outcome. The higher self in activation is definitely throwing me off. We do a higher self reading every time that we do a collective reading, which I would have done on Tuesday. We look at, I don't know if I did the head, heart, and higher self, but when we get to like the main part, we do head, heart, and higher self. So thoughts, feelings, and higher self lesson, current higher self lesson. This could have something to do with September's twin flame current energy reading. So you might want to check the higher self lesson and that reading and that video. But I can tell you what it is, Sagittarius. It's some type of spiritual activation. You're blocking something or holding something up from happening. I know what it is for me. For some of you, this could have something to do with Kundalini. Especially if you feel like you've been stagnant or energy has been more of a trickle instead of a flow. The higher self activation for you that has to do, again, some of you, for me, it's definitely Kundalini. It's going to have something to do with your self-worth. For me personally, I'm learning that Kundalini happens in stages, which is scary in itself. I don't, as some of you may remember me talking about my Kundalini activation in the summer of 2023. But yeah, Sagittarius, there's something about your spiritual awakening journey that you're blocking, maybe due to expectations. But I think it's a lot more to do with self-worth and how you value yourself, how you see your worth. I think that you're I think you are a lot more valuable, and you have a lot more worth than you're giving yourself credit for. You may be even limiting yourself, whether this is career or relationship, to old careers or old relationships that you already know you're done with, just due to fear of moving forward, just due to not knowing or seeing your worth and your value. Sagittarius is my moon sign. Three of Cups comes out. This is karmic energy. It's too many people involved, too many people telling you what to do. You could have this energy of, like, let's say I'm telling you this, Sagittarius, and you're like, yes, I've been feeling this. I've already been experiencing this, Rosa. This could be where the week where you start to gather like minds, soul tribe, soul family. But I think for the most of you, Sagittarius, this is about you weaning out the ones that don't belong. Higher self activation, we have Two of Swords. So big confirmation that that's what's keeping you stuck. Stability, harmony, and flow. We have Four of Wands coming out in reverse. So if you feel like you're not getting any financial gains, or you feel like just having a firm foundation is a struggle or a challenge for you, then again, you're blocking this higher self activation. And look at the Two Swords, like you're literally blocking yourself from being able to have this financial abundance, this stability, this firm foundation. Self-worth and expectations is going to be the why of the whole situation. And we have Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is overflow of emotion. It's also intuitive hit. So you could intuitively know that this is all fixing to change for you, especially as Venus moves into Virgo. Remember I said at the beginning of the live, like this is the energy where you're going to dot your I's and cross your T's. If this relationship is not meant for you, it is not going to go with you any further into the future. If this job is not meant for you, it is not going to go with you any further into the future. The good thing about this energy is that it is preparing us for that September 21st Virgo new moon, that critical new moon, because we have to understand this lesson. We have to master this lesson so that we can move forward and not continue to repeat unsuccessful toxic cycles, right? The cups are sticking out to me. You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. If you're not, if this has nothing to do with a relationship or another person, I would ask you to look at those areas in your chart. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Do any of those placements come in a, are they second house? Are they 10th house? Sixth house even? You have the blame card. I accept responsibility for my well-being. So this energy of higher self trying to teach you this lesson. We at this point, especially for me, I know that there's no one else on this planet for me to blame other than myself. It's the things that I'm repeating are due to my own lack of faith. And most likely for you, Sagittarius, it's going to be the same. The thing that you're repeating or maybe even ignoring is going to be due to your own lack of faith. In other words, you believe that it's always going to be this way, so you have to hold on to or continue whatever it is that you're doing that's blocking this higher self activation. Surrender is on the bottom. Can't get much clearer than that. It says, I can release my need to control. Don't let pride get in your way. It's full moon in Leo. This hand has a lot of pride here. And surrender to the divine. It's the full moon. On the bottom, your commitment is being tested. All right, Sagittarius, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. And that's going to be the fire signs. Somewhere along the way, we're going to pull out the inner eye oracle. I thought it was going to be for the water signs, but I guess not. We're going to stick with the yin yang oracle. And I'm going to stick with the purple tarot. One of my little sage wands. It's almost gone. Remember on Music and Tarot night, I was telling you guys about my sage wands. My favorite store Divine intentions is where I get my sage wands. And guys, they do have an online store, and you can make purchases online. All right, it's time for Cancer. And the first thing I noticed is I got a little bit of chest pain pretty suddenly. So we could have a Cancer out there that's dealing with some chest pain. It's right next to, I want to say, like, I'm not trying to be like whatever, but like right under my left boob. um, where your heart is. It could be heart palpitations. Always go to the doctor, Cancer. But you could be dealing with something that is causing, it could be anxiety as well. I feel like shortness of breath, panic attacks, that type of energy. Okay, so it's so interesting because, me too, Jenna, me too. So I'm a Cancer rising, and so when I'm doing this reading, I'm looking at my Cancer rising. But I know a lot of energies, a lot of people with Cancer, Sun, Moon, rising. Um, I think of my sister a lot. She's so calm. Her energy is so calm and so chill and mellow. This energy is not. Tonight's Cancer energy is very, I almost want to say erratic. I don't even know what that word means or where it came from. Um, but that's what it feels like. um, just like back and forth. It's intense, whatever it is. It's like a constant moving. Um, I'm also getting like, that could be the heart palpitation as well. It could be exhaustion. The chest pain is lightening, so like it's getting lighter as I talk about it, the more I talk about it. So that means I'm talking to a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising that, I shouldn't say it that way, but I am. It's just the easiest way to understand. But that understands spiritual awakening. You understand the power of your mind. You understand meditation. You understand um, all the things. So if you're having heart palpitations and anxiety and feeling like you're about to have a panic attack, then that means and I felt this erratic motion, like you're just so busy, it's a constant going, that you know that you're constantly going, and you're not stopping. Ooh, how interesting is this? So not only do you know, ooh, this is like me testing my depression. So not only do you know that you're acting, I don't want to say erratic, but I don't even know what that word means or why it keeps popping in my mind. I mean, I know what it means, but I don't normally use it. And it's like, that something's not stable, something's not right. It's not supposed to be this way. There should be better management of time, something. And so you're just going with it. You're like, go, knowing that you're not taking care of yourself, knowing that you're not meditating, that you're not practicing any self-care, that you're not cleansing. And if you are, you know that you're not doing it enough. Oh my gosh, I'm in so much trouble right now. I think that's it. Okay, so what I wanted to say is I do this when I'm uh, testing the big dark cloud, right? You know, the cloud that comes over from time to time and decides to like ruin my life. We call it depression, right? I will go, like, something will happen to me. I'll experience some trauma and I'll know all the steps to deal with that trauma and to stay ahead of it so it doesn't pull me down or weigh me down. Um, but I will ignore it. I'll stay in bed. I will sleep more. I will eat more. I will cry, and which is not a bad thing. I just want to say, but it's like, and all of that is fine. Like all of that is okay. You can do that, but when I do it to, like, you know, when I'm on day 3 and I'm like, okay, Rosa, I know that I need to get up and I need to start practicing my daily wellness and I need to, you know, do the things, right? But I decide to stay in bed anyway. And then it's the 4th day, and then it's the 5th day, and then I haven't meditated in a week, I haven't cleansed, I haven't, you know, taken a spiritual bath, I haven't prayed, I haven't, you know, you just hear what I'm trying to say. So it's like I'm testing it. I'm like, oh, you know, like how much can I take before I break, or for me, before I jump up and start swinging. Y'all, that's not do as I say and not as I do, right? That's not the way to do it. That is, I am not supposed to lay in bed for 8, 9 days straight and then get up and take on the world because I think I'm this Aries badass. Like that doesn't help my mental state or my um, spiritual alignment, right? Like that's me choosing my free will. There's a Cancer out there that's doing this with self-care. So you know that you're not pouring into yourself. You know that you're becoming more and more depleted. You're even watching your signs of depletion. Oh my goodness. You're even watching your signs of depletion to test how far, how much you can take. Wow. All right. 4808, because I seen it. Cancer, this is going to be September 14th through September 20th. You have Mercury moving into Libra. That's going to help you communicate calmly. Um, I just got done talking about how you're building up to this boiling point, though. So, I mean, definitely needing that Mercury and Libra energy. And then Venus entering Virgo, that's going to be energy of whoever it is, Cancer, whoever is causing, whether it's you, whether it's your environment, whether it's your job, whether it's family, whoever it is that's causing that erratic behavior, that go, go, go behavior, that Cancer doesn't have any time to replenish their cup behavior. There's not going to be anybody to blame. Like I want to be like, oh, it's your friends. They're pulling you in too many directions. Oh, it's your family. They're asking way too much. Oh, it's your work. They're just, you know, retarded. Oh, it's what I can't, because it's you. It's you. It's no one else. It's no one else. You know, and you're purposely doing it. This is the week where Venus puts you in line. Where is Venus on your chart, Cancer? Mine's in Pisces. I already know. Spirit's already been kicking my ass all week. So it's like I'm already there. All right, masculine energy comes out for Cancer. So dealing with a masculine energy, maybe dealing with your own masculine energy. We have the spy, watching, and inspecting card coming in your challenges or obstacle. We have renewal and spark coming for lesson learned. And we have present, abundant, and gratitude coming for the outcome. Who's spying on you, Cancer? All right, you have freedom, leap, Uranus, and opportunities. So I kind of got this Uranus type of energy coming from Venus in Virgo for you, Cancer. Okay, Uranus is this energy of upheaval. Um, Whenever something isn't going well, Uranus comes in and turns it upside down. And now you're forced to clean it up. You're forced to fix it, rebuild it, do it a better way. Right now, Uranus is kicking all of our asses when it comes to our finances. Okay. And I don't want to be mean or anything, but we were all poor. Okay. There ain't a single person here in the 1%. Okay. We were all struggling. It doesn't matter whether you make $50,000 a year, you make $100,000. It doesn't matter. You were struggling. I promise you. The bills are outrageous. The food is outrageous. The rent is outrageous. We all know. Okay. You can't hide it. Can't lie about it. Everybody knows. So right now, Uranus is causing that upheaval with everybody's finances. Well, you saw Uranus on the bottom here. So I got this energy from Venus moving into Virgo that whatever this relationship around you is, remember Venus is love and money. This could be about work as well. It doesn't have to be relationship, a person, a friend, intimate family, friend. It doesn't matter. Whatever Venus moving into Virgo is making you like get serious about, dot your I's, cross your T's, like whatever relationship is going to go forward with you has to have their I's dotted and their T's crossed, right? Or this is the week of upheaval. This is the week where they can't go with you anymore. I don't know who's spying. I don't know if it's you spying, someone spying on you, but I get this energy of like somebody watching you, somebody, and it's not, it's in your challenges or obstacle. So either Cancer, you're watching somebody do something like the right way or the way that you want to do it and you're not doing it, or somebody's watching you do something that they want to do and they're envious of you, right? If you're dealing with counterpart energies, it definitely could be counterpart energies. I just want to say, for me, I know it is. You can watch all you want. I don't care. You can even hit the thumbs down button. Engagement is engagement. All right, let's look at that masculine energy so Spirit can tell us what it is. Eight of Pentacles, it's a work. It has something to do with work. Somewhere where your focus or your dedication is being drawn to, something that you're committed to. Could be something that you get finances from. All right, spy and inspecting. I get this energy of somebody watching you, Cancer. There's envious energy coming from this as well. Nine of Pentacles is here. Somebody could be watching your perseverance, like the way you don't give up on something. It's almost like it could be triggering them that you didn't give up on something. You, however, have this renewal and spark. It's like you know how to pick yourself up, which we talked about at the beginning before we ever did the timestamp. There's the devil, Capricorn energy. So big confirmation. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. I know I am. Or you could be dealing with something that's toxic, unhealthy. It could be a cycle of some sort that you need to break free from. You already know that with the renewal and spark in your lesson learned. Now, present and gratitude is here. This is the outcome of the week. So I feel like you get some type of opportunity to do something in your present moment about this situation. I think that opportunity is going to have something to do with that Mercury moving into Libra, because we have the Ace of Swords coming out as your outcome. So I do feel that you're going to be able to have some type of conversation or communication. Two of Wands is on the bottom. This is going to help you make some type of important decision. All right, Cancer, let's pull guidance. For some of you Cancers, this could have something to do with traveling, going somewhere, maybe even moving. Friendship, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Change, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So big confirmation there. Moonology to close it out. Step out of your comfort zone. It's the North Node. Prosperity lies ahead. It's new moon in Taurus. All right, Cancer, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. If it pulled at the heartstrings, guys, make sure you hit that like button for me. Scorpio is next. Cancer was 4808. Those timestamps really help over there on Facebook, Vanessa, because I never go over there and put the timestamps in the description. So when you guys put them in the chat, you can pull it up and see it and click on it. Sherry says, wow. I hope that's a good wow. My thing is that I'm at the edge of something. Tell me if you feel this. Oh, I was going to say something about this at the beginning of the live when I was talking about how it's 9/11. Do you guys ever see 9/11? Like, I see 911 all the time. Just like 333, 444, 1111. I see 911 all the time. Like, all the time. If you know, tell me, because I still haven't figured it out. I've always felt like it was a warning, but I felt like that made no sense to me because, like, we're the only country that uses 911 as an emergency number. You know what I mean? But it always caught my attention as a warning. Like, pay attention. Something's about to happen. Sherry says all the time. Good. So glad, not just me. So for me personally, I'm struggling in my relationships. I had a spiritual awakening. I had this very specific type of spiritual awakening. So when I had this type of spiritual awakening, I met somebody that caused me a lot of trauma, right? Let's just say it. um, and then I went through Dark Night of the Soul. And as I came out of Dark Night of the Soul, I was supposed to start PLR and follow my purpose and yada yada yada, which I did. But I'm Rosa, and I like to do everything the hard way, and I tried to have a whole other relationship at the same time, right? If you've never seen that before with other, people that talk about their twin journey, that's because it's impossible and it's ridiculous. But I was, trying to recreate the wheel, and I thought that I was better than everyone, or I was more powerful than anyone, or I could do it, nobody else could, and, all that silliness. And now what's happening is I'm at this pinnacle moment where I've spent some time on my own. And I know that something is about to change with that. I don't know what it is, but I know that something is about to change. It's like I can feel it coming, or I can feel the person coming. And it's almost like I'm scared of it. I'm scared of whatever that change is, or whoever that person is. So what does Rosa do? Rosa runs back to what she knows. Do I like it? No. Am I comfortable there? No. But I keep going back because that's what I know. And what's happening is that I'm blocking my progression. I feel like I'm talking to a Cancer, but it's like every single time that you go back to the way you did it before, you're only causing more delay. And that thing that you feel like is like right at your fingertips just gets further and further away. It's so funny how we fear change, and then once we go through it and experience it, like I imagine that I'm healing to a point that I either won't have another relationship, or the next relationship I have will be the best relationship I ever had, right? So it's like we are so scared of the change, but it's like once we go through it and face it and do it, it's never as bad as we thought it was going to be. For me, every single time that I go back or backwards, really in any way, I see the 911 all the time, like flashing in my face. I was in a place I shouldn't have been not too long ago. And I remember looking at the dash and the time said 911. And I remember not being shocked by it because I knew I wasn't supposed to be there. Thank God that God loves us unconditionally, right? All right, Scorpio, let's see what Scorpio is doing, right? All right, 103. Let's do, because I waited for it. Let's do 103.23. All right, Scorpio, it's going to be for September 14th through the 20th. So Mercury and Venus, the biggest cosmic influences, communication and relationship, whether that's with a person or with money. Let's find out for Scorpio energy of the week, please. September 14th through September 20th. Chemistry and passion flies out of the deck. There's something about the two people being in a lake that's definitely got my attention. The feminine energy in reverse coming out for Scorpio. Challenge or obstacle. Lesson learned. We have epiphany and breakthrough for Scorpio. Again, with the water, you see it? Shadow side, no, not when we're talking about Scorpio. The moon and dark night comes out. Bottom of the deck, we have trust in divine timing. I mean, clearly there is a feminine energy that's challenging Scorpio. I think it's challenging because there's so much chemistry and passion. I think this week could be the week, Scorpio, that you have some type of epiphany or breakthrough with this person or with this situation. And this could either, we'll clarify, of course, but this could either throw you into a dark night of the soul, this epiphany, or the epiphany could be that you've been in dark night of the soul due to this energy. This particular type of spiritual awakening journey that I'm on, especially for the divine feminine, we're beginning to first learn about our shadow side. We are doing shadow healing, we are doing shadow work, and then we're integrating, right? We're integrating. I could be talking to a Scorpio divine feminine that this is the energy, this is the understanding this week. But I feel like so far all the signs are dealing with someone else or something else. So it's definitely this energy of someone else. I want to be like, the lake picture is triggering me. But that's my own personal problem. All right, let's look at it. Purple Tarot, energy of the week, chemistry, passion, the sun. So a spotlight put on something. So confirmation of what I said. I feel like Scorpio, you have a lot of chemistry, a lot of passion with this person. There's this energy of not being able to keep your hands off one another. The sun is definitely Leo energy. Person could be a Leo, but I think it's more about the spotlight that's being put on this chemistry, on this connection. Let's look at why the feminine energy was in reverse. We have Wheel of Fortune also coming out in reverse. So it's like something was stuck with the feminine energy. It's normally good luck and good fortune, but coming out and your challenges or obstacle, I feel like this feminine energy felt stuck, stagnant. Definitely didn't feel like it was good fortune. Epiphany, breakthrough coming in this week. We have 8 of Wands, so quick information, sudden changes. I do feel that it could be coming from this Leo energy. I'm sorry, it could be coming from this energy that you have this chemistry with, which could be Leo energy. But I think it comes in so quickly that when it happens, you're like, oh, I get it. Aha, that's why I've been in this energy. That's why I've been stuck in this dark night of the soul. Maybe it's about integrating something to do with your shadow self for Scorpio. The Lovers, Twin Flames, Gemini energy. There's a Scorpio out there that you're learning, you're having an epiphany about this feminine energy. Could be a Leo, very fiery, feisty sign. Could be dealing with an Aries, Sagittarius, or Gemini as well. But I think you're just learning like why you are having this awakening. I think you're learning why you got stuck in this dark night of the soul. The why is going to be the integration. So you learn that, remember, the Lovers is you choose to love and heal yourself so that you can come into union whole. So it's like this is the week, Scorpio, where you're getting all the whys. King of Swords on the bottom, clarity, understanding, more confirmation. All right, let's pull some guidance for Scorpio. We have grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Big confirmation. We have envy. I'm the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Scorpio, you could feel like something is harder for you. We have service. I feel good when I can help others. All right, Moonology to close it out for Scorpio. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. I do feel like this is an emotional week for you, Scorpio. Hold your vision, the fixed moon, and you and your loved ones are safe. It's new moon in Cancer. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Scorpio. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, guys, tap that like button for me. I'm going to clean up really quickly. We're going to move on to Pisces. Let's do 113.10. Pisces, this is going to be for September 14th through through September 20th. Interesting, Pisces. Something could be happening in October. All right, let's get energy of the week. Integration and union. Reunion and soul ties. See the theme there. Karma, balance, and justice. Sun, strength, and empowerment. For some of you Pisces, you need to go outside. Nurture and compassion is on the bottom. Look at Pisces coming into union. So reunion, soul ties, is definitely twin flame, right? Was in your challenges or obstacle. Lesson learned was about balancing karma. Probably had to fight for something. This is the week of integration where you come into union. Remember, everyone has inner masculine and feminine energies. This definitely feels like external. The sun, strength, and empowerment is giving me this energy of alignment. So I don't know, it's a really clear reading of union. Pisces is my 9th house. It's how I get to spirit. So this is very spiritual for me personally, but I'm definitely sensing this external energy. So there could be Pisces out there that this is you coming into union in your twin journey, right? Two of Pentacles comes out, feeling stretched in too many directions. Again, it could be energy of balance coming together. Soul ties reunion. We have Eight of Swords. So there was a self-restriction keeping you apart. Karma and balance. Look at that. The Justice card coming out. Justice is here. Justice is here. The scales of balance. The scales of balance. This is definitely union for Pisces. The Sun and strength and empowerment. We have Ace of Cups, intuitive hit. So in other words, you feel this energy coming. Remember earlier I was saying that, like, I feel something coming. It doesn't make sense because in my journey, it's not the person who awakened me, right? Like that's not happening. We've moved way past that, right? So I feel like it's interesting. It's just super interesting. Three of Swords on the bottom, and this is a card of healing. I don't know what to say. It's a strong union, strong coming together. Again, we all have masculine and feminine energies within. This could be internal. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's two parts of one whole coming together. All right, Pisces, shortest reading ever. The worry card. I'm learning that worry doesn't change the outcome. Confirmation, because I feel like you probably thought about this, stressed about this, worried about this. We all did, right? Like it's never going to happen, that type of energy. Self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. And failure comes out. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. All right, Pisces, let's close it out with the Moonology. It's time to release negativity. It's full moon in Scorpio, and have faith in your dreams. It's the waxing crescent moon. I don't know who you are, Pisces, but when it happens, please come back and tell me. Give us all a little hope, right? I'm over here. Remember, Pisces is my ninth house. So I'm over here like, what's that mean, God? God's like, you about to get in line. That's what it means. All right. So it's fire and water. Let's do the earth signs next. Let's start with Taurus. 118.33 because I've seen it. So Taurus, this is going to be for the week of September 14th through September 20th. We do have Mercury and Venus, the cosmic influences this week. Give me just a second, guys. Oh, so sorry. Let's just keep going. Same timestamp. All right. Energy of the week, September 14th through the 20th. For Taurus, we have cycles, change, and completion. Mercury, messages, travel, and communication. I just got done saying Mercury is a cosmic influence this week. Comfort zone, south node, and clinging. And outcome, we have reflection and projections. Rejection, loss, and fragmented is on the bottom. Taurus, this is communication, this is closure, this is mirror energy, this is twin flame. So my 11th house. 11th house is live Twitch. My 11th house is community, friends. It's Taurus. So that means that I'm going to have a whole lot of you come and tell me this week that you had communication after a long cycle or period of no communication. I'm here for it. Twitch tonight is all 12 signs. We are reading for Taurus. All right, Ace of Cups, emotional overflow, but it's also intuitive hits. Like you know that something's coming to an end. Most likely it's the stagnancy. Most likely it's the no contact. We have Mercury and message communication, and your challenges or obstacle with Page of Pentacles, big confirmation. There's a small offer, a small gesture, maybe small communication. Comfort zone, South Node. This is lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle. So it's like, you know, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. You know, you're going to have to leave something in the past. The sun comes out, Leo energy. Very possible that there's a spotlight put on your cleanness, or it's probably going to be the codependency, especially if we're talking about twin flame. Reflection and projections is the outcome. We have Three of Swords. That is the healing. I do feel that this energy did bring some type of massive healing, and that could be what this conversation is about. I feel like we're about halfway through the readings. We definitely got a lot of reunion energy, a lot of union energy, and a lot of conversations happening as well. I feel that through most of these readings, and we're only halfway. Four of Pentacles is on the bottom. Four of Pentacles talks about holding on to something too tightly. When you do that, the energy is restricted and it can't flow. It's like the moment you let go of something, that's when it starts to flow. So I could be talking to a Taurus that was like, maybe no contact has been for quite some time. Like the moment you decide, oh, well, I guess this is the way it's always going to be. I guess we're not going to talk again, something like that. Then conversation happens. Again, very small gesture, but it's still communication. Freedom comes out. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Amen. Honesty comes out. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. I feel like you can't expect the truth from whoever is bringing these messages. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And then let's pull Moonology to help with your thoughts and emotions. I do feel this is going to be a very emotional week for you, Taurus. I feel like this is a conversation you've been waiting for quite some time. Big confirmation here. Emotions are running high. It's a super moon, and your dreams need a practical plan. It's full moon in Taurus. Be bold. Make the first move is on the bottom. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. I was supposed to swap cards, so we're going to do that now. Split it at satisfaction and stability. So Virgo there's something about your stability that you're not satisfied about. You could be working towards stability. My North Node is in Virgo. Third house. All right, let's timestamp. Let's do 125:44. Virgo, this is September 14th through the 20th. This is the week before your big second Virgo new moon. Remember, guys, we had the first one end of August. It was the 0 degree Virgo new moon. That energy brought in new energy that we felt we weren't ready for. The second Virgo new moon coming in on the 21st is at 29 degree. This is a critical degree. This does mean that you're mastering some lesson, and you do have to master that lesson in order to continue forward. If you don't master the lesson and you're like, Rosa, what does that mean? What's going to happen to me? Am I going to fall into a big dark hole? No, absolutely not. You'll go on with life just like the rest of us, but you'll be repeating a cycle that you could have broken free from had you mastered the lesson, right? Jenna, I'm so glad I looked over there. Jenna points out that Venus is moving into Virgo on the 19th. This is energy of love and money. I'm definitely getting like sensing money, financial, firm foundation, stability, that type of energy. All right, commitment and money come out. So big confirmation. I just want to point out too, though, Venus does encompass both love and money. We have an engagement ring, it looks like, and some poker chips. Is somebody gambling with love? I just had to pick up all my cards. Almost had to play a 52 card pickup. Not committed to money, stability. Challenge or obstacle. We have this stranger coming out in reverse. Not committed, that's for sure. Okay, so Virgo, the stranger is in your challenges or obstacle. And this is going to be the reason that I had to pull this particular set. I was supposed to do it for all the earth signs, but I forgot with Taurus, remembered with Virgo. Each tarot oracle set is always a little different, right? The stranger card in the inner eye oracle talks about how, you remember when you're little and your parents taught you about stranger danger and they were like, you shouldn't talk to strangers. We actually carry that belief system into adulthood, and then we're scared of people that we don't know, and then we limit ourselves to opportunities, networking, meeting new people, that type of thing. And in the inner eye oracle, the stranger card talks about, as an adult, I'm not talking to children, right? As an adult, we are capable of lowering that belief or that wall, and allowing ourselves to meet new people, or bring new people into our environment. With it coming out in reverse in your challenges or obstacle, well, Virgo, you have a lot of people. You're not challenged. The challenge for you is too many people. Does that make sense? And it's very possible that because we're talking about commitment and money here, and too many people in your challenges or obstacle, like you could have too many people that are not really significant. They're not the person you married. They're not the person you're committed to. For me, this is God. This is spirit. Like, in other words, no one should be telling me what I need to be doing with my future and my life, because remember, Virgo is my North Node, than God, right? So Virgo, you're out there, you're listening to me. Someone, too many people are telling you what to do with your money or your relationship. And these are all, I wouldn't say strangers, but they're not people you're committed to. This person is not this person. This energy is not this energy. This energy shouldn't be telling you what to do with this energy. This person is not significant enough to be telling you what to do with this energy. And the J could be significant to you, Virgo. All right, lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle. Work. Spirit says stay focused, stay dedicated, grind the gears, right? The outcome. I can't ever say this word. Seven of Spades. It's like seeing the truth in something or seeing the truth in someone. It's like you finally are able to see through the mask. Romance is on the bottom. I definitely get this energy like you're being distracted. Something is trying to pull you away from a commitment that you already made that could have something to do with focus, work, dedication, commitment, job, career, money. I don't think that the stranger in your challenge or obstacle is a stranger. That's why it's a challenge or obstacle. All right, Five of Swords is here. Disagreements, communication, misunderstandings. Eight of Wands, sudden changes, quick information. The Empress coming out for the work card. You have a very high purpose. This is a major arcana. It's the Empress of the major arcanas. So it's like this is you. This is what you're supposed to be doing. This is what you're supposed to be working on. Two of Wands is here. Two of Wands says you have a very important decision to make. Seven of Wands is on the bottom. You're definitely fighting for something. Needing to guard something or protect something that has to do with commitment and money. Most likely your purpose. Especially if your purpose is your job. Discipline, more confirmation. I can't accomplish what I set my mind to. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me the correct way. Peace. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. Nothing is yet set in stone. The mutable moon. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. This could be about your own disingenuine. I can't ever say this freaking word. That could be about your own mask that you're wearing. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Which we just had. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for the reminder, Jenna. Capricorn. Big yawn. So this should be interesting. Vanessa, our resident Capricorn. My mom's Capricorn. You remember how I used to say that I was surrounded by Scorpios? Now I'm surrounded by Capricorns, and I'm starting to figure it out. Like, people come into your environment for a reason. Pay attention to their signs. When I was surrounded by the Scorpios, I was going through a death and transformation. I was having my spiritual awakening. To say that I was pulled into the darkness would be a complete understatement, right? Now I'm surrounded by Capricorns, and Capricorns are about dedication, loyalty, commitment, consistency. Ooh, that's the word. As soon as I seen it in my mind, it started lighting up like a neon sign. Consistency. There's going to be something that you're not doing consistent, Capricorn. Let's find out what it is. All right, 136. Is that what it says? 136.50. Capricorn, it's for September 14th through the 20th. You have Mercury going into Libra. That's going to help you with conversations and communication. You have Venus moving into Virgo this week as well. That's really going to help you clean up your relationships. Clean up your relationships. I definitely got this energy of inconsistency when I was preparing for your reading, which is interesting because Capricorn is my 7th house, and I feel like I've been very consistent in relationships, like very consistently failed in that area. All right, we have the home card coming out, big confirmation for me. We have misfortune coming out and challenge or obstacle. I will say it is in reverse. We have the family card coming out and lesson learned. And we have satisfaction coming out. I'm getting in trouble because I'm not happy with my home situation. I'm getting in trouble because I'm not satisfied with my relationship status or my relationships in general. I'm having to remove people that are not rooted in my awakening. They're not part of who I am becoming or where I'm going. What else? We have the rebel on the bottom because, you know, that's me. I will say, Capricorn, the misfortune in reverse. It's very possible that this week it's like you make the right decision. Like, things have been turned upside down for a while, and you make the decision that gives you the family that you want. The home card, 4 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Diamonds. It's firm foundation. It's financial security. It's 11-11. It's make a wish. It's all of that energy. Misfortune in reverse, 6 of Wands, victory. So I do feel like There was probably an opportunity building up to this week to repeat a cycle, Capricorn, and most likely you've maneuvered yourself. It's like you removed the tower before Spirit had to send the tower, right? Like you knew what was going to happen before it happened, so you didn't allow it to happen. This could be yourself as the energy of being rooted. This could also say that you now understand like who's who in your journey, who's going with you and who's not. Knight of Cups is here. I feel like that's confirmation. Knight of Cups is a player card. It talks about someone who doesn't know how to love themselves. So they're a player. They take their cup around to every person that will pay them attention, man, female, doesn't matter. And they play those people for their emotions. They cause those people to fall in love with them. They put on masks. They love bomb those people. They gaslight those people, right? And most likely you were involved with this person, Capricorn. Most likely you're going to, I don't know. Like if it's you, you're going to stop. If it's somebody else, you're going to remove that somebody else from your energy. Satisfaction is the outcome. It's King of Cups. This is about being happy with your counterpart energy. King of Cups is my clue card for my divine masculine. It's being in control of your emotions. King of Cups is someone who's in control of their emotions. I always use counselor, mentor, therapist, and coach as an example of people who are in control of their emotions. Removing whatever the Knight of Cups energy is, and you may even get help doing that with the Six of Diamonds, Six of Pentacles, getting help, getting assistance. So it's like removing whatever that energy of not knowing how to replenish their own cup. Someone who takes their cup around to everyone else is going to help you gain control of your own emotions. Ace of Wands is on the bottom. Fate, destiny, all of that good stuff. I also see the Lovers. All right, Capricorn, let's pull some guidance. You got Wands and Cups. So I'm talking to Capricorn who's dealing with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And you could have a strong Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces placement. In other words, your sun, moon, or rising. Success is here, which is also the Six of Wands. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Love also comes out. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Loneliness is also here. I know that I'm never alone. Capricorn, you could be experiencing periods of loneliness. I know I have been. Moonology to close it out. Nothing will come of the situation, the void of course moon. Meditate and contemplate its new moon in Pisces. The end of a tough cycle approaches its full moon in Capricorn. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. Definitely energy of removing anyone who is not aligned. Definitely energy of building your foundation, your home. For me, it was a message of loneliness. I don't know why Spirit thinks that we'll be satisfied by knowing that we're not alone and other people are experiencing the same energy, but that is the message that I received with that Capricorn reading. I guess if you're having spiritual awakening, feeling lonely is probably not uncommon. All right, we have air signs next. I love that. Diana says, I feel that most signs have had a message to check who is around you and clear those who don't fit. It's so true. And I got this feeling like we have until September 21st to have that figured out. And I have this feeling, which is, I mean, I don't know, it's not the greatest feeling. I'm not liking it. That if we don't have that figured out, we're going to see a lot of repeated cycles. Big yawn. The air signs. Let's timestamp Gemini 14802. So Gemini, this is going to be for the week of September 14th through the 20th. We do have communication, Mercury moving into Libra. Spirit just said that could also be clarity and understanding. So Gemini, this could be clarity and understanding for you. We also have Venus entering Virgo this week. This is an energy of getting in line. It's alignment. It's removing anything that's blocking you from what you want your happiness to be, what you desire, and that's in love and money, love and career. So you could be getting some clarity and understanding with that this week. I'm going to start with the inner eye oracle. Let's look at challenge or obstacle for Gemini. September 20th, September 14th through the 20th. We have the protector coming out. It's King of Diamonds, King of Pentacles. This is giving me responsibilities, duties. We have memories coming out in reverse. It's Three of Hearts. It's giving me, I know it's Three of Cups, but it's giving me Three of Swords energy. We have the Apprentice also coming out in reverse, and we have decisions coming out upside right. All right, Gemini. So you are responsible for someone or something. You're the protector. You're the King of Diamonds, the King of Pentacles, the provider, protector. It's definitely giving strong masculine energy. You do have this Three of Cups energy in your challenge or obstacle, which could say that there's too many people involved or there's too many people telling you what to do. But it's the memories card in the inner eye oracle, and it's coming out in reverse. There could be something from your past, some type of, I mean, it shows a heart locket. You know, the lockets that you open up and you can put a picture on each side. So there's something from the past, too many people involved. Something about healing your heart. The Apprentice in reverse says you've been doing this for a long time. And then Decision is giving me crossroads, like you're at the crossroads. It's time to make an important decision. I think with the Memories card in reverse, this has something to do with like remembering how things used to be. All right, we have the Moon coming out, the Moon in reverse. It's like you're really emotional about this protect and provide energy. You're taking something very serious. The Memories in reverse, we have Page of Pentacles. Student, not at its fullest potential, at the beginning of a journey. The Apprentice says not at the beginning of a journey. Queen of Pentacles. This is something to do with imposter syndrome, feeling like you're not able to provide. You're not able to be this protector, provider energy. That's why the Moon is here. That's an illusion. That's not true. The decision is an important decision, has to be made at the crossroad. Eight of Cups comes out, super easy. You're going to have to leave something in the past, walk away from something or someone. Seven of Wands on the bottom. The reason all of this is happening is because your duty, your responsibility is to protect something or someone. Super easy, super quick. All right, guidance for Gemini. Courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Humor. I choose to focus on the higher side of life. Moonology to close it out. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. Definitely a very emotional week for Gemini. A new start is coming. The new moon. The new moon comes in on September 21st. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. You could be dealing with an Aries. You're very close to achieving your goal is on the bottom. I'm going to leave it right there, Gemini. I hope that was helpful. All right, Libra is next. Diana says we all need to check who we allow access to our energy. Yes. And we need to remove them when we're told to remove them instead of questioning it, or like for me, it's like I keep waiting to be right. It's like I keep giving somebody like the benefit of the doubt, and I just keep doing it because I want to be right. I know God's right, but I'm like, no, I'm going to be right eventually. So I'll just keep doing this thing until I'm right. It's ridiculous, I know. I feel like Libra, that could have some, like Libra, you could be giving somebody 105 chances as well. Because you keep waiting for to be right as well, right? Like you see them for who they are or what they're doing or how they're treating you, but you're like, oh, if I just, one more try, one more try, one more try. All right. Let's do 155.22 for Libra. Libra, this is going to be for the week of September 14th through September 20th. Some serious conversations and love. Maybe work related, but I don't think so. I think for Libra, this is about emotions, relationships. Energy of the week, we have the leader, Queen of Clubs coming out, Queen of Wands. Again, with the imposter syndrome. Challenge or obstacle, we have love, Ace of Hearts coming out, Ace of Cups, so overflow of emotion. Lesson learned, we have support. There's an energy of a crutch. This is enabling. I heard the word enabling. And then outcome, Libra, we have planning. Planning could have something to do with like doing something different. You could be moving, traveling, going in a different direction. I think it has something to do with going in a different direction. Libra, I don't know if you're necessarily moving. I think you're just taking different action. The rebel is on the bottom. I think somebody's been using you for a crutch. Where is Libra on my chart? Give me a minute. Fourth house. Okay. Maybe you've been offering someone help just out of your own kindness. Maybe you've been trying to show you've been trying to show somebody the way. You've been trying to tell somebody that your way is the right way. You're enabling this person. Okay, I dropped the card and then I almost fell out of the chair trying to pick the card up. Queen of Wands comes out. Queen of Clubs is Queen of Wands, so big confirmation there. All right, who is it? We have Five of Swords. Is this someone you argue with? Someone you have disagreements with? This could be someone who is dealing with a death. This could be someone who is like more on the darker side or more on the negative side as well. This could be someone that you're in fear of having some type of confrontation with. That could be why you're offering constant support. Two of Wands says you have a very important decision to make. Again, moving in a different direction. You could have some expectation that you're always going to be supporting or helping this person. Let's see what the new direction is. Two cards come out. We have Three of Wands and the Moon. So you're going to take steps towards your future, action towards your future, new action towards your future. And the Moon, planning, illuminating, showing yourself something, finding the courage to face something. Two of Pentacles, King of Wands. Again, finding the courage to do something different. I feel like it's just taking a different direction. I don't think you're actually moving or going anywhere. I think you've been really kind to someone. Very unguarded. And it's like now you're going to start protecting yourself more, Libra. Just like we were just talking about, Diana was just saying, like we're all of these readings are about seeing who's in your environment and can they stay or do they have to go. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Surrender. I can release my need to control. Queen of Wands is also control. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. All right, Moonology to close it out for Libra. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. Believe in the impossible, the blue moon. It's my favorite. Whatever this planning is, whatever you're trying, the steps you're taking towards your future that maybe you're even hiding or keeping towards yourself, believe in the impossible. A personal issue reaches resolution. It's full moon in Cancer, and adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. All right. Let me check something. All right, so we have one left. We have Aquarius left. I just want to check something really quickly. Last quarter moon. On the 14th, we have last quarter moon in Gemini. All right. Last one, Aquarius. We made it through all 12 signs. I'm scheduled to come back Tuesday. For love and astrology, but it's very possible that I'll pop on this weekend with a music and tarot. So if you're new, guys, make sure you have your notification bells hit to all so it lets you know. All right, let's timestamp Aquarius 20228. Aquarius, this is September 14th through the 20th. Big conversations about relationships or work. Whichever it is, it's going to clear the path so that you can move forward, leave your past in your past, whoever is going with you. It's like you secure whoever is going with you and whoever has to be left behind. All right, Aquarius, energy of the week. We have a loss coming out. It is giving 5 of Cups energy. So grief, despair, challenge or obstacle. We have the Lover. Have mercy. Lesson learned to help you with challenge or obstacle. We have new beginnings coming out. And then the outcome, we have mail. Interesting. Could get some important information in the mail. The authority figure is on the bottom. So it's like spirits watching. Okay. So the energy of loss coming as your energy for the week. 5 of Cups coming out for energy of the week. This is about alchemy. This is about alchemy. The Lover is your challenge or obstacle. So it's like this is the person that you feel you've lost or you feel despair over. This could be the lesson learned to help you with challenge or obstacle is new beginnings. This is about taking all the steps to self-care and nurture. I get this energy of, and don't shoot the messenger, but I get this energy of fragileness, like something's fragile and it needs extra care. And then of course the male card coming out is so the 4 of Spades is 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords is blessing in disguise. So it's like you could get some message in the mail. You could get some blessing in disguise in the mail. I feel like you're focused on the loss, and this energy this card feels different than all of these cards. So it's like something happens towards the end of the week to help you alchemize this loss. I feel like you've already experienced the loss. It's not something that's happening now. All right, 5 of Cups, we have 4 of Swords. I just said 4 of Swords because I feel like it's blessing in disguise. So this card is saying that this loss, this despair that you're feeling or you felt for this person, this could be the week where you get clarity, understanding, and it's like you see that it had to happen so that you could have some type of redirection. The Lover and your challenge or obstacle, the Hanged Man, this energy was keeping you stuck. It was keeping you stagnant. That's why it had to happen. The beginnings or new beginnings as your lesson learned, you have Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is the player card. This is the person you're removing. If this person doesn't know how to love themselves or this person takes their cup around to everyone else, right? Then it's like this is the energy that you're removing because you, Aquarius, know how to replenish your own cup, right? The male 4 of Swords, 4 of Spades coming out. We do have 5 of Wands here. Whatever this information is, it could be challenging for you, but you're prepared for it. You're ready for it. You've been training for whatever this is. We do have the Death card in reverse on the bottom. Strong Scorpio energy. It's an ending or a conclusion. It could be a conversation that brings an ending or a conclusion. But again, it's like you've been waiting for it. You've been prepared for it. You've known it was coming. We have empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. We have pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. And last one, we have imagination. It says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. All right. Moonology adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. I just looked it up right before I read your reading for Aquarius. I just looked it up on the 14th third quarter moon. A win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra, and your hard work is paying off. It's new moon in Capricorn. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. And that's it, guys. That's going to be all 12 signs. Thank you so much for coming in here and hanging out with me. I appreciate it so very much. I will get the timestamps in as soon as I hit the end live button. So if you need to go back and watch any of those, you can find the timestamps to help you navigate in the description box. Thank you to all my moderator ladies who came in to help me with the timestamps as well. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Make sure if you guys are new that you're hitting those notification bells to all. Very possible that we'll pop on this weekend with a music and tarot, and I'll offer some free readings. All right, guys. I will see all of you soon, and I'm always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journeys. Have a good night, everyone.